And now it's time for the Busch Open, the first part of the Sunoco Busch races within a race. This is the Busch Open. There's 24 entries in this, 20 laps, just like the Sunoco Cup Winston Open. Top two go on to the big show, and this race will be the Busch All Stars. That will be the top two there. They will make it a 20 car field for that race. There's 24 vying for two spots. Let's take a look at the starting grid for this event. On the pole, qualifying at 182.778 miles an hour in our time trials, the number 94 Sunoco Olds of Will Raymond, and on the outside will be the number 99 Armor Foods Chevy of Jake Baskinger. Second row will be, spot number 3 will be the 6th number 09 Pontiac of John Westbrook. Third row, and the number 91 Coors Ford of Andrew Boat III. Fourth row, going away, spot number 7 is the number 70 Rumpel Pontiac of Dominic Jarvis, and the number 7 Hooters Ford of Randy Carpenter. Fifth row, going away, spot number 9 will be the number 16 Keystone Beer Planners Ford of Barney. Yes, that'll be the number 35 Amico Chevy of Ricky James. Then behind them will be the number 37 Ford of Austin M. And alongside Austin will be the number 44 Penrose Snacks Olds of Bill Raymond. Then behind them will be the number 47 Olds of Justin Perry, sponsored by Kanawha Insurance. And the number 48 Pontiac, sponsored by Food Lion and Tim Freilich. Then right behind them will be the number 66 Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Pontiac of Jared Darling, and the number 76 Chevy of Ken Johnson. Following them will be the number 84 Miller High Life Buick of Luke Martin, and the number 32 Nestle's Crunch Pontiac of Ricky Elliott Jr. Then it'll be the 00 Olds of Dizanella Momenovich, and alongside will be the 31 Channel Lock Olds of Alex Lascano. Then it'll be in row number 11 will be the number 83 Purex Ford of Morgan Carpenter, and the number 20 Crown Petroleum Olds of Emilio Navarrete. And rounding out the field will be the number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac of Mike Becker, and the number 50 Chevy of Smack McCormick. It's your starting grid here for this, the 20 lap Busch Open here at Charlotte. And now, with that said, it's time for the command here to fire up the engines of these 24 Sunoco Busch Series drivers vying to get in the Busch All Stars.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's the command. As will be a Chevy and an Olds that will lead the field. Then you'll have a Ford, the Pontiac, and then you'll have another Ford and a Buick. That's your first 3 rows. So that's what I wanted to point out. Pace car will drop off and it will send these pack of Busch Open competitors going for 20 laps. As here we go. Green flag flies. Big time jump going to Will Raymond. Baskinger will drop back to second. Zed Weinstein right there with John Westbrook battling for third. As it will be Will Raymond leading, going down the back straightaway. Jake Baskinger drops back to second. Zed Weinstein's third. There's Joshua Perry on the inside with the help of Dominic Jarvis. Baskinger is now going to challenge Raymond. Weinstein picking sides. But Baskinger's going to go to the inside of Raymond. Raymond actually led that lap, but now Baskinger will lead it. Right now the goal, get number 1 and number 2, go right to the Busch Open. Excuse me, the Busch All Stars. Here comes now Dominic Jarvis going to the inside. He'll take the number 2 spot with the help of Barney Ward and Austin M. Now Jarvis goes to the inside of Baskinger. Barney Ward goes into the number 2 spot now as Baskinger goes up high. So now Ward gets the number 2 spot, and he's going to go for that number 1 spot. Expect a lot of shuffling going on, especially when we get to the later times. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you may be kissing wall. Now Austin M's going to go to the number 2 spot. Well, take that, turn it into go for number 1 with the help of Bill Raymond. The number 44 Penrose Snacks, Olds. Then you have Justin Perry. The 47 Kanawha Insurance, Olds. Pair of Oldsmobiles going to push 1-2 punch. You got a pair of Fords on the outside, a pair of Olds on the inside, and then a Pontiac actually pushing both of them. Jared Darling is pushing Perry and Raymond, as well as Jarvis was pushing Ward and M. Raymond will lead this lap. Here comes Justin Perry. As they're 2x2, pick your lanes. You see Zed Weinstein conveniently go to the inside right in front of Mike Becker. Now Jared Darling's going to make it to the inside of Justin Perry with the help of Luke Martin, the 84 Miller High Life Buick. Now Martin's going to make a move on Darling. Darling will lead that lap though. We are about a quarter of the way in, 5 laps already scored. We still got 15 laps to go, as it will be the Buick of Luke Martin leading. Here comes John Westbrook, Dizanel Momenovich, 3 wide. Whoa, that was a close call. Justin Perry got bobbled there courtesy of John Westbrook, but he saved it. Battle for second now going on as here comes Dizanel Momenovich to the inside of Jared Darling is. Now John Westbrook up on the high side. They're really getting racy, as we said. Once you get into those later laps, you never know what could happen. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You may be kissing wall like it's Darlington. Now Zed, and we got trouble. We got our first yellow here in our big race. Mike Becker. You saw Justin Perry. And we are under yellow. I do believe Luke Martin won the race back to the line. They're still going to race down to the line. Luke Martin will lead the race back to the line. Dizanel Momenovich will get it. Mike Becker with problems there. Let's see what happened. As it happened right on the front straightaway. Mike Becker, it all started to unravel. As you see Zed Weinstein and Jared Darling battle. It was almost 4 wide. You see Emilio Navarrete, Matt McCormick, John Westbrook, and Bill Raymond. As here, Becker, we're going to focus on him for the moment. And then, yep, Raymond sends Navarrete into Becker. And that collected John Westbrook. You see going through the grass, Ricky Elliott, Ricky James, Raymond getting hit by Justin Perry. Austin M's in it. Tim Freilich goes through the grass. Same with Randy Carpenter. Going up against the wall was the number 16 of Barney Ward. Jake Baskinger, Dominic Jarvis. It was terrible experience there. So with that said, we're currently under yellow as it is. Luke Martin currently leading. Dizanel Mominovic is second. Jared Darling third. Zed Weinstein is fourth. Then it's Matt McCormick, even with that wreck, stays in the fifth spot. Alex Lozano, Ricky James, Ricky Elliott Jr., Emilio Navarrete, and Ken Johnson, your top 10. Then it's Randy Carpenter, John Westbrook, Tim Freilich, Barney Ward, Morgan Carpenter, Andrew Boat III, Will Raymond, Joshua Perry, Dominic Jarvis, and Austin M. Then it will be Jake Baskinger. You can call Justin Perry, Bill Raymond, and Mike Becker all out of the race at this time. Now the pace car is going to drop off the pace. We got 9 laps to go. Who is going to get into the Busch Open? Will it be Luke Martin, Dizanel Mominovic? We got a good crop of cars still left to go, as it will be Luke Martin with a good early jump. Dizanel Mominovic will go to second. Jared Darling will get right into third. Zed Weinstein will get into fourth. Now they single file out. Nothing really going crazy, but now we're starting to get into Dizanel Mominovic to go to the inside now of Luke Martin with the help of Jared Darling and Zed Weinstein. Darling's going to get the number 2 spot from Martin, but now Darling's going to get race to go to number 1 spot from Mominovic with the help of Zed Weinstein. Now we're starting to get into it. You can see the top 10 right there, tooth and nail. Of course, the 7th, you see the 10th car, that was Randy Carpenter. Right there, Zed Weinstein now going to the inside with Ricky James pushing. Oh, we got a close one. Getting pushed up high was the number 50 of Matt McCormick. He saved it, though, as he held up. Looked like he was going to hold up Will Raymond and Barney Ward. And now Barney goes, Will Raymond hits the wall. That's going to cost him dearly, as Weinstein currently leads. Mominovic is going to push Ricky James to the number 2 spot. And maybe more. 6 laps to go. Zed Weinstein leads. There comes now Jared Darling and Randy Carpenter. Carpenter's trying to get into the mix too. And Weinstein's now got himself a good comfortable lead now. Jared Darling now battling it out with Ricky James. Here comes now Alex Lozano pushing Randy Carpenter. As Darling still has the lead. Not anymore. Excuse me, the number 2 spot. And it's going to get taken from him courtesy of Randy Carpenter. Now here comes Alex Lozano to push. Andrew Boat III as well trying to push. Zed Weinstein still in a good, comfortable lead. 5 to go this time. About to be 4 laps to go. Now Lozano's going to try to challenge Randy Carpenter. Jared Darling up on the high side there is Dizanel Mominovic. And Ricky James now going into it. And it's going to still be Randy Carpenter for the 2nd spot, but not for long. 4 laps to go. Now, Alex Lozano's going to go on the inside of Randy Carpenter. Here comes Tim Freilich, who's trying to get himself in. He was actually in the Busch All Stars last season with the win at Richmond. This time, he's got no win, so he's got to try to get himself the hard way. Weinstein's got it. Here comes Andrew Boat III to go to the inside of Alex Lozano. 3 laps to go. Lozano, Weinstein having a good, comfortable lead. Here comes Joshua Perry, Ricky Elliott Jr. As Andrew Boat III will get the number 2 spot. Now, Weinstein with a good, comfortable lead. 3 wide battle going on here. Whoa, Freilich got put up on the high side, courtesy of Joshua Perry. And we got lap traffic. How about that? John Westbrook has, with his ill handling car, has held up the field and gave Alex Lozano a ton of push. And we got trouble again. Jake Baskinger, we got ourselves a wreck back here. Which basically this will seal the race as Zed Weinstein is about to win the Busch Open. He's going to the big one, and same with Alex Logano. He will take the number 2 spot. As a tough break, that traffic really hurt him. As you can see, Luke Martin getting involved. So second spot will go to Alex Logano. Third will go to Ricky Elliott Jr. Then it's Jared Darling. Then it is Joshua Perry, Tim Freilich, Andrew Boat III, Randy Carpenter, Ricky James, Dominic Jarvis. Then Austin M., Will Raymond, Barney Ward, Morgan Carpenter, Matt McCormick, I do believe, will finish behind them. We'll see where the official word will come, and then we'll see what caused that wreck. As you see, Luke Martin has dropped out. Same could be said with Ken Johnson. As they'll take the checkered flag. Your winner, your second place. Here's your two that are going to the Busch Open All Stars: Zed Weinstein and Alex Logano. Then it will be Ricky Elliott Jr., Jared Darling, Joshua Perry, Tim Freilich, Andrew Boat III, Randy Carpenter, Ricky James, Dominic Jarvis, Austin M., Will Raymond, Barney Ward, Morgan Carpenter, Matt McCormick, Elmo Minovich, then you'll see Ken Johnson. Let's go into what had happened with, I do believe Emilio Navarrete may have been involved in that. So let's see what actually happened to cause that wreck. Let's see, where was it? Yeah, you can see there's Ken Johnson. He was involved in it. Let's see what had happened on the back straightaway. Yep, it got real tight over here. Elmo Minovich, Randy Carpenter. Randy Carpenter helping Minovich go up high. You can see that lap traffic really holding everybody up. That John Westbrook really held everybody up. Then it made a 4-wide situation with Jake Baskinger, Luke Martin, Austin M., Matt McCormick, Elmo Minovich, Ken Johnson. When Minovich came back down, combination with that, with Luke Martin pushing Matt McCormick, Jake Baskinger, and Ken Johnson. Barney Ward got into it. Austin M. dodging a bullet. Morgan Carpenter. Yep, Morgan Carpenter got into it. Will Raymond got into it. Emilio Navarrete. That was it. Jake Baskinger got hard up from that. Was not at all very good. And that abruptly ended the racing action. So, with that said, that'll conclude our race. As the winner and second, Zed Weinstein and Alex Logano are going to the Busch All Stars, which are coming up next. Don't miss it.